Okay, now about the body wave. I've told you in the arm wave that wave, the steps of wave is important, and the most important thing that creates the illusion is that it has to look like just one part of your body is moving and the other parts are not moving. But as all the body parts are connected, if one part moves, the parts around that part will move with it. So what you have to do is you actually have to move the parts around that one part to look like only that one part is moving. Alright. So, body wave, arm wave, I told you, the fact that you draw the line of the wave is very important, and not just look like only your articulates are moving. Of course, when you draw the line, only the articulates are moving, but it has to look like all the parts of the arms are moving and not just the articulates. So it should look like from here to here there's no articulate, but if you draw a line, it looks like all of the parts of the arms are moving. Whereas if you move only the articulates, what happens is that from here to here or here to here, it looks like they are not moving. Only the articulates are doing the wave. So that's how you create the illusion, by drawing the actual line. And now for the body wave. Body wave is a little different because it's not the articulates that are moving, but the spine. Alright? It's the same thing. Okay? Spines, the parts of the spine, or the articulates. It's pretty much the same principle, but it's different. So with body parts, right, with body weight, right, it looks more like all of your body is moving and not like just the articulates are moving, because you have much more parts in the spine than the articulates in the arm, right? So first, it's the chest, right? You can start with the neck or the head, but like this. The reason I don't do this and do this is that all of the parts in your spine would move like this, this. Okay, a little circular movements, and not like a brick movement. Do you understand? So the head, when you start with the head, is not this, but this. All of the spine, the parts of the spine are going to move like that also. You can see in a minute. So one, and then the chest. Two. Right? Unlike the arm wave, right? You have only certain articulates, but in the spine you have a lot of parts. But we make certain steps for that too, because we're not going to make steps for all the parts in the spine. Okay, that's pointless. So when you let your chest out, it's not like a linear movement. It's not like a brick, but like it's turning, right? and then stomach. Okay. Stomach, this part. And then your lower stomach. And then your pelvis. Okay. And then what happens is your knees. But when you let your knees out, what you have to do is you bend your knees. Okay? That's the only way you can let your knees out. But if you bend your knees, what happens is your height goes down. Okay? So your height becomes different. That's bad. So what you do is when you let out your knees, by bending it, you lift your heel so that there's no change in your height. Do you understand? So pelvis and then knee and then this is finished, right? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I said that for the arm wave, what you have to do is you draw the line of the wave instead of just articulate movements, right? For body wave, what you do is you turn. So it's like a circular movement instead of like a brick kind of movement or a linear movement. You understand? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the opposite? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. The important thing is that, like the arm wave, before you do, there has to be no change before you do your body wave and after you do the body wave, the change in position, right? So you can't go back, right? Or you don't go forward like this. You don't move forward like this. When you look at jazz bands, right? They have wave too, but how they do it is, okay, they go forward and back, forward and back. But in popping, you don't do it that way, okay? Because it's all delicate, articulate movement, right? So it's all isolating, okay, and never like this, okay? So it has to be. So I told you it's like it's more of a spine movement, okay, than articulate movement. So it's different from your arm wave. And what else you can use is you can use your intestines or your muscles that you don't use, that you can't use in arm wave, which is this is actually letting out my stomach and bringing it in. Okay? You can't do that with your arm. So it's not only just spine movement, but your stomach movement, your intestines or your muscles. So you have both the spine movement and your See the difference? If you only do the spine movement, this is only spine. What happens is that there is no movement here, no wave here. But if you use your stomach, it's smoother, so it's closer to a natural wave. So that's how you do it. There's also back wave. This was front body wave. Unlike the arm wave don't have front arm wave or back arm wave, that's pointless, but for the body wave is different. So the first step would be the back. Okay? Instead of chest, you go backwards. So the back, and then the back, and your waist. Okay? And then your pelvis. And then end. So your pelvis, look, your pelvis, right? Your waist, your back, and end. So the steps are more simple, but back body wave is more difficult because you have less parts that you can use. The steps are simple, but it's harder because of that. You don't have much to use. So back, waist, pelvis, and pelvis, waist, back, and. So you have to try to feel the wave going down the back side of your body. You have to feel the wave from here, going down from here all the way to here. Okay? You can do it because it's spine movement. It's not movement of the articulates, but the spine. And spine has a lot of parts, many bones, right? So you can do a much smoother movement. You can make a much smoother movement than the arm. You have more parts to use. This is the back body wave. Do you understand?